Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So I guess you could tell by the title, today we're doing the 2018 Senate elections. I will be doing the governor elections pretty soon, but right now we're just focusing on the Senate elections because I like separating the videos, and we're doing them if all the incumbents are going to run in this election. So essentially in like Tennessee and Arizona, the retiring incumbents from the Republican Party will be running. There's not much is going to change from my August 1st prediction because, again, I didn't put as much thought into it as if it was just a generalized prediction because not much changes. Just a couple of states would have incumbents running. I decided to exclude the special elections in states like Minnesota and Mississippi because their elections wouldn't be up unless they were retiring, so it really wouldn't make sense for them to run for re-election if they had already held the seat. So those races will be called the same way they were in the August 1st prediction. So we're looking at the map, and I'm going to start by filling in all the safe states. That includes most of the states in the Northeast, as usual. Pretty much the same Clinton states from 2016, including my state of Maryland, California, Washington, and Hawaii, and the state of Maine. So that puts the Democrats at 35 seats. I believe there are a couple more. I would consider Minnesota. The special election, before in the prediction, I had considered it safe. I'm going to keep it safe right now, but I might move it to the likely column in a future prediction. Over in Virginia, that one is considered safe with Tim Kaine on the top of the ticket. New Mexico is also considered safe as well, so that pretty much finishes off all of our safe states for the Democratic Party. Mississippi and the Mississippi special election, as usual, are safe states, and Wyoming and Nebraska are safe states for the Republicans, and there is one state, actually, there is not one state missing. So 46 Republicans, 39 Democrats. If the incumbents did run, of course, they are already running in the Rust Belt, so these characterizations shouldn't really change that much. Ohio and West Virginia would remain in the column for the Democratic Party. And before someone yells at me, I just realized that I characterized New Jersey a little too early in the safe column. So I'm probably going to see a comment already because it's probably been like a minute in between the time that I called New Jersey before and I'm talking about it now. But if you waited through and you just skip to the end, either one of those, you will probably see New Jersey as a leaning blue state. Regardless, the Democrats have 44 seats and the Republicans have 46. We're going through the map again. Indiana still leaning Republican because, again, there is an incumbent Democrat running. North Dakota with Heidi Heitkamp also leaning in the favor of the Republican Party right now. Montana leans for John Tester, but I was considering putting it in the likely column before. Still the same characterization as the August 1st prediction. Missouri as well goes into the lean Democratic column. Florida, I know I got yelled at a lot by that one for whatever reason. For either political party, this one's Republican. People say things. I actually haven't seen that much conflict going on about it. I get very respectable comments compared to what I see on other social media platforms, so that is very good. I love seeing comments that are actually constructive and not just tearing someone down because you don't necessarily agree with them. But regardless, Florida right now, I characterize as blue on August 1st, so I'm characterizing it as blue in this prediction. Again, I said I wouldn't change much. And then, of course, Texas goes into the likely column. So we have 4 states, 3 of which the incumbents are not running in. But if the incumbent did decide to run in the state of Tennessee, Senator Bob Corker, he was originally running and then dropped out of the race. I believe this race would actually be likely Republican. I do not see Phil Bredesen getting that type of support with an incumbent Republican governor who's pretty popular compared to, his Republican colleague or other Republican senators like in Arizona or Utah. So right now, I would see Tennessee as a likely Republican state if Senator Bob Corker did decide to run for his term. Obviously, the primaries just happened. I'm actually making a primary analysis today of the Democratic and Republican primaries in the governorship and the Senate elections, of course. But right now, I would see Tennessee as a likely Republican state. So that puts the Republicans already at the majority. But we go over to a state like Arizona. Instead of that state being a leaning blue state, it becomes a likely blue state. Jeff Flake has a 51% disapproval rating and a 30% approval rating. So 21% negative net approval rating, I guess, or 21% higher disapproval rating than approval rating. Not good for an incumbent senator, which is probably one of the main reasons why he's not running. Nevada was already characterized as a leaning blue state, so I would keep that one in the leaning blue state. So here's the one that might shock you. Utah goes into the leaning Republican state. Senator Orrin Hatch actually won his first election based off the premise that his opponent was too old to run. Okay, Orrin Hatch is too old to run, in my opinion, and he was in the eye of many Utah voters. If you look at the opinion polls between him and Jenny Wilson, one poll showed her ahead and one poll showed him ahead, and both of which were around by the same margin. So this race I definitely would see getting narrower, only because the people in Utah would be more against him. If Evan McClellan jumped in this race, then it would be even better for the Democrats, but if this race did occur with Orrin Hatch as the nominee and Jenny Wilson as the Democratic nominee, this race definitely could get close. Not because Utah voters agree with Democratic policies, only because they would just be opposed to an incumbent senator going on for that long of a term. So the entire Senate composition is the exact same as what it is now, except for a couple states. States like Arizona flipped, North Dakota, Indiana no longer have a blue stripe through them, but still Nevada fills it in with a new blue state added. So before, after, composition the same, 51 Republicans, 49 Democrats. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I will see you all tomorrow.